Hello guys, what's up? And I'm here at a Wallace and Gromit museum in Preston, and references to all the films are here. So we've got Vengeance Most Foul here to start off. And we have the cracking toast meme being recreated from the wrong trousers, and we also got Norbot knitting a Wallace onesie, and Gromit in his dressing gown, and cracking toast Gromit, and his Vengeance Most Foul playing on TV. I had a blast watching it on BBC One last Christmas. And this is the submarine where Feathers McGraw breaks out of prison in, and is the boat chase that we saw in the climax of the film. and here we have Feathers McGraw's cell, in which out here is a penguin enclosure, and these are Feathers' days when he was in prison. And is a concept art of their living room, and now we're moving into a close shave. And this is the Farmer's Land Rover from Shaun the Sheep, that spin-off series that happened in 2007, and the farmer makes a cameo in Vengeance Most Foul. And here we have a close shave being played on TV, which I do prefer the 4x3 version of the film. And this is the porridge gun. Oh, sorry if the scenes are in backwards order. And this is Wendeling's wool shop. And this is the butcher that Gromit was framed for. And this is the puzzle that Gromit did when he got framed, saying Friday night, 8 p.m, be ready, a friend. And then we have Shaun the Sheep, and here's Preston and a can of dog food. And then we have a big drawing of Preston. What a coincidence that he's named after the town of Preston. And then we have that climax down here. Ooh, Gromit, it's that rotten mutt who tried to make us into dog food. And we have quite a lot of merchandise here. And here we have A Matter of Loaf and Death, which hardly gets talked about in the fandom. And here's that clock tower. And then we have the chef's hat, and then cakes and buns there for the beginning of the film. And then we have all these kinds of bread, the bomb, and an antique chair, which I'm sure Paella used that. And then we have a drawing of the film there, and there's some concept art over here and here. I'd love it if Gromit and Fluffles slept together. That Paella tried to blow me pants, lad, but she came to a sticky end. Oh, look at that. A drawing. And here we have the smug fridge, tea and crackers, Wallace's bed, the Top Bun van, which was a recycle of the anti-pesto van. I feel like Arbin reused the anti-pesto van for both of this and Gnome Improvements, because I felt like they reused the anti-pest van and then they gave it a new coat of paint. And here's Fluffles, Gromit's love interest. And now we're moving into the Curse of the Were-Rabbit. So we got a lot of vegetables over here. And yes, I like having vegetables. Well, the one I like the most is carrots. Yeah, and is the Bunvac 6000. And here we have that scene where Wallace stops, which makes the rabbits not like vegetables, and then Hutch sticks to his head, and then Gromit smashes it with a wrench. Oh yeah, that scene is what BBC actually used to use on their iPlayer until they actually changed their thumbnail. And I even saw BBC Three use that scene on on their menu when I watched it on December 27th, 2015. And we have Wallace getting stuck because he's fat due to him eating too much cheese. And then them capturing rabbits in a garden. And that's that previous scene I mentioned. Here's that thing there. And there's a letter from Nick Park there. And here we have, sorry if I'm clearing my throat a little bit. And here's Gromit measuring his prize marrow, or in the US it's referred to as a melon, which I unfortunately got when I saw The Curse of the Were-Rabbit in cinemas in Easter this year. And here we have the Were-Rabbit. First of all, this is his armature model, and then this is him being modelled, and then this is the finished product. I love the Were-Rabbit. And here is Gromit and Philip's planes in the climax when they were dogfighting. And then we have Hutch, which he repeats Wallace's lines. And yes, I have played The Curse of the Were-Rabbit game on PS2, and it's looking good so far. And there was just some concept art for Lady Tottington. I think Lady Tottington is actually Wallace's true love interest. And here we have Lady Tottington herself, and here's a garden gnome. Oh, and here's Feathers McGraw. Good grief, it's you again! Oh, there's the West Wallaby Street sign. And then we just have this thing there if you want to read. And this is the Metabix box that Gromit hid in the wrong trousers. And here's the scene where Feathers McGraw attempts to steal the diamond using Wallace in the techno trousers. And his Feathers McGraw in his normal form, and then him being stuck in a bottle at the end of the train chase, and then there's him with the glove on his head as he disguised himself as a chicken. Have you seen this chicken £1,000 reward? And there's some concept art. Oh, there's the techno trouser footprints. And then we have a drawing of the ending scene. And then we have the interior of the museum, which is awesome. And then we have Wallace and Gromit's living room. Oh, this is the background of their neighborhood through the curtains. And over here is Nick's room, which refers to as Nick Park. And this is Gromit's bone wallpaper for his bedroom. And these are the bow ties. And this is the Oscar for The Wrong Trousers, which won Best Animated Short Film in 1994. And A Close Shave was this, and also a close shave and The Curse of the Were-Rabbit got the same thing, which is awesome. And here is A Grand Day Out, which we have the rocket. And we also got Creature Comforts as well, with Captain Cuddlepuss and Trixie. We have the rocket blasting off. And the images of them on the moon. And the rocket building montage is playing on the TV there. Oh, and this is an early test pilot. Oh, Gromit originally had a mouth, but that was dropped out of the project. Oh, how to draw Wallace and how to draw Gromit. I might draw them one day, and there's also how to draw Feathers McGraw. And these are Wallace's many faces. And this is the ladder that Wallace was using to paint the rocket, and a little piece of paint landed on Gromit's nose. Gromit, that's it. Cheese. We'll go somewhere where there's cheese. And then we have the robot cooker there. And these are the... Oh, and they were originally going to have aliens, but they cut them out. And this is a letter from David Sproxton. And there's Nick Park on TV. And there's some more concept art. And there's a load more. And this is what Wallace drew on the paper. Nick Clark talking about NFTS South Bank Show 2009. Sorry if I'm coughing a lot. And this looks weird. Oh, here's the rocket. I remember my dad telling me how to do animation for the first time, Nick Park. And this was when Nick Park was first making something, and Nick Park made A Grand Day Out all by himself under the National Film and Television School. I don't know what this character is. Oh, Rat and the Beanstalk. Never heard of it. I was drawing cartoons by the age of I.O., Nick Park. I remember seeing that in the Amazing World of Wallace and Gromit documentary on my Free Cracked Adventures DVD. another letter from Dick Park. And I'm getting to the cooker. Oh, and here's the robot cooker. And these are also Wallace's many mouths. Eee. And there's studio equipment. Yeah, I just can't believe I got this excited before in my life when I actually heard about this place existing. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's everything I've got to show you. So I'll just end off. I'll just end off it with Gromit's bone wallpaper. And yeah, but I wish I met near parking here, but unfortunately that door is stuck. And so yeah, I think that's everything I've got to show in here. So I really hope all of you are happy about this, and so yeah, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and so yeah, and this is me, I'm signing off.